বিসমিল্লাহিররহমানিররহিম। শুরুতে আমার একটা দুঃখ প্রকাশ করতে হবে। আমার আশা ছিল মাতৃভাষায় মনের দুঃখ বলি, but I was requested to speak in English because we have some journalists around to cover our program. So with your permission and those who behind me on the stage, I'd like to give my speech in English, but in brief, so that we can communicate it to the people who are at the receiving end of this suffering. Respected humanitarian crowd participating in the movement for free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon. I extend my warm welcome to all those gathered here today, including my esteemed colleagues and students. I would like to express my gratitude to other invited participants for joining us. I feel really privileged to have all of you, including the invited speakers, in our place at Rnonগর University. You must be aware that Zionist occupation and aggression has been ongoing in Palestine for over 76 long years. That has been mentioned by a number of speakers earlier, right? And they also have covered some other information that includes that more than 40,000 civilians have already been killed in these brutal and inhuman attacks. Millions of people were injured and displaced. And this operation for the second time started on October 8, 2023. Although the suffering has a long history and Palestinians were always at the receiving end. They are not oppressors, they are oppressed. Demonstrating the ultimate example of humanity and brutality, the Israeli occupation forces continue to target innocent women and helpless children. And you all know that the global leaders have a serious failure. What did they do? Nothing. What they address their interest, right? They have their own economic policy. What is that? Free market economy. They want to make money. They have a regional policy and international policy, and they call it diplomacy, kutnis. But every time we are at the receiving end before their diplomacy, and Muslims are especially at the receiving end, they are always against the Muslims. And there are some other ethnic minority from different religion and faith, that is also true, but since the Muslims are a vast population in the world, so they are targeted by those people. And the global leaders have practically failed, that's why, to take appropriate measures to stop this ongoing attack in unshamed violation of almost all types of internationally recognized human rights, including the International Human Rights Charter, Geneva Convention. In the face of this deception of world humans, students and mass movement, have been formed almost in each country to demand an end to genocide and an independent, sovereign Palestine state. The biggest student movement of the 21st century, has been built against genocide by conscious and struggling students in the United States of America, a close associate of Israeli Zionists, and at the same time in Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and Australia. When the demand for an immediate end to genocide and independent sovereign Palestine is decisive all over the world, the students of Rnonগর University, Bangladesh, are doing the same, keeping aside their political and ideological differences in order to fulfill their humanitarian and historical responsibilities towards the Palestine. For this purpose, although you all know about this because it has been circulated via email and other media, but I think it's worth mentioning again. What they demand to the concern are 4 in number. It's not a big list, just 4. Let me mention them. Number 1 demand in the list says that genocide in Gaza must stop immediately. And the second one says the concern should recognize Palestine as an independent and sovereign state and return their lost territory. The third says Israel must be prosecuted and punished for its involvement in genocide. And the last one says public opinion must be created at the international level in favor of taking effective measures at the Security Council. Now, it's my turn to express my sincere gratitude to them by saying that I fully share my sentiment with them. And under this, what I say, I agree with their demands and please to do whatever is necessary for the movement till the end of reconciliation. I believe all of us who participated in this gathering and those who are listening agree with these demands and will continue our efforts until this demand for free Palestine is implemented, realized. I basically want to conclude now because we have some other speakers to share their view with you. And it is not task of a single individual, it is a teamwork. We need to realize it and we need to move on. It is not enough if you think that somebody is killing someone else. Do you remember what is said by Desmond Tutu? He said, if you remain silent in a situation of injustice, you have taken the side of oppressors. একটা বড় হাতি যদি একটা ইঁদুরকে চাপা দিয়ে রাখে পা দিয়ে আর আপনি যদি বলেন আমি ভাই কারো পক্ষে নই আমি নিরপেক্ষ আপনি মূলত ওই হাতির পায়ের নিচে ইঁদুরটিকে মেরে ফেলবার জন্য বুদ্ধিদীপ্ত একটা অবস্থান নিয়েছেন সেই জন্য ডেসমন্ড টুটু বলেছে অন্যায়ের সময় অবিচারের সময় নিরপেক্ষতার নামে সার্বজনীনতার নামে ভাবমূর্তি রক্ষার নামে মৌলবাদী অভিধা থেকে নিজেদের রক্ষা করার নামে যারা চুপ থাকে তারা শোষণকারীদের পক্ষ অবলম্বন করে আর বিশ্বাসীদের পক্ষ থেকে বলতে চাই I am very proud to express my belief in Almighty. I am a believer and I also believe that I will be judged what I do here in this world hereafter. So if I remain silent in the situation of injustice, I am a selfish man. I want to lead my life with peace and tranquility in this world as well as hereafter. And I want my life to be in peace hereafter because there is no end to that life. I'm a very selfish person. That's why I'm a believer. That's why I want to stand by Palestinians. That's why I want to disseminate my duty as a human being imposed on me by the Almighty who has created me, right? Yeah. So, I don't want to make it any longer. But what I want to add to this is that I thank the organizers for inviting me to be a part of this humanitarian job. I express again my conviction that I will participate in all the future events of the Free Palestine movement. May I end this speech with this quote. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is a success. As we are now keeping together, Let's move on towards the destination of free Palestine. Allah Hafiz.